Portland is one of those places you immediately warm up to, even on a chilly, rainy day. It's the third largest city in the Northwest behind Seattle and Vancouver, and it traces its roots back to the Great Migration over the Oregon Trail. It also has a diverse population that seems to justify the city's unofficial slogan of "Keep Portland Weird." And even though it's more than 100 river miles from the ocean, Portland is a seaport thanks to the deepwater Willamette River. The river is also a great place to begin exploring the city, so we joined about 100 other people on a Sunday brunch cruise on board the Portland Spirit.
Thank you. Welcome aboard, folks.
Thank you.
This is also where we picked up our first souvenir picture of the trip, so it was officially tourist time. It feels pretty good as the good captain eases his ship away from the dock and we distance ourselves from the shore and enter the mainstream of the Willamette River. Now, on most cruises, there'd be a much bigger crowd up here on the top deck watching with me. But apparently today's Sunday brunch was so tempting, most people never got past the buffet. So in other words, it was bon appetit instead of bon voyage. And that's okay. The Portland Spirit comes fitted with lots of large windows, so passengers have the best of both worlds. Besides, with two pianists playing on different decks, many passengers thought that this was the perfect place to while away an afternoon. For me, though, I want to be on top of things, especially when the captain invites you into his wheelhouse. Yeah, I know, it doesn't take me long to resort to my childhood, but heck, this was a fun day. Plus, I like talking to interesting people with unique jobs.
Well, there's a couple unique things. Number one, it's probably I believe it's the largest river in the country that's totally contained within one state. You know, it originates down in Eugene, about 200 miles away, and terminates at the Columbia River, which is the border between Oregon and Washington. So it's all, you know, it's all contained within one state, and it actually flows from south to north. We're tidal all the way up to Oregon City, about 25 miles up the Willamette. We have two tides every day, two highs and two lows. Fluctuates anywhere from 1 to 3 feet.
We pass a lot of beautiful homes along the Willamette, but this near castle really caught my eye, reminding me of another cruise on the Rhine.
That's Palatine Pump Station. That was actually a water pump station that provided drinking water for the Portland, Oregon City area in the late 1800s to the early 1900s, until an outbreak of cholera killed about 50 people.
And as we take another look, I'll tell you, a Google search told us that the house built on the pumping station is said to be 18,000 square feet and have 14 bedrooms. Pretty spectacular. Now, throughout our 2-hour trip, a recorded narration kept us informed about all the things we were seeing. And it turns out the narrator was also the ship's bosun and our personal tour guide.
So you got the Rose Garden, home of the Portland Trailblazers, the twin green spires of the Convention Center, and then the bridge that was built by Strauss, who designed built the Golden Gate Bridge as well. The big bridge right there is the Steel Bridge. It was the first all-metal structure built across the river in 1912, and the nickname stuck. It's a railroad bridge.
Bosun Sean told us that at one time, the Portland area was the Shanghai capital of the world, all the way up until the early 1900s, which means sailors were often kidnapped and forced to work as seamen. Fortunately, that wasn't a problem on our cruise. In fact, if anything, we wish we could have spent a little bit more time on board. But with so much more to see, it was time to disembark because Portland was waiting.